Hey crafty friends, it's Joy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun monochromatic card using some products from Spellbinders. This is the Laboratory Glassware, and I'm just going to use the one that looks like a vase or a jug kind of. And then you have the propagated plants that I have here that I'm going to die cut. Now I want to apologize because I forgot to record these other two little plants here, but there was 2 layers that I die cut from 2 different colors of cardstock. Then this one here is 3 layers. You have the stems, you have the back solid piece, and then you have these little pieces here that I'm putting down that are a darker cardstock. The other ones were super simple. The leaves matched and you just die cut a different color, but I do apologize for, I don't know what was happening. Then you have this little plant here and you have all these tiny little pieces. And I mean, it took a minute to get these on here, but this plant's really cute and worth it. I used Forest, Lockwood Green, Mid Green, and Fairway Green from Cardstock Warehouse for all of my cardstock greens here. And I'm just going to use my Pick Pro tool, my Barely Art glue, and I'm just placing those little pieces onto this cute plant. And I just love the way that it hangs. So this was worth it to me to use. And I'm just keeping all my little pieces. I know I've talked about this stuff before. This is the sort and stack trays from Spellbinders from scrapbook.com. And this is so handy. I use it all the time. I put my dies in it when I'm done. I put my die cuts in it. Like, this is so helpful, especially for these little pieces like this. So I just have to brag on it because I love it. Now I have my vase here, or my jar, and there's 2 pieces to it, and so it die cuts out the outside frame of the jar. Then you have 2 separate pieces inside that it die cuts separately, so your water line can be lower, or you can have this complete jar to the top. So I'm going to die cut this twice because I want 2 sets of plants on my card. My original thought was that I'm just going to use the bottom half of this vellum right here. I'm going to take a little bit of a light color blue and just color the back of the vellum to give it a little hint of water. But once I started putting this together, I realized that I needed the top piece, so I will color that and do that. Then that solid back die, the solid piece, I die cut from white cardstock. So I'm adding the tiniest bit of glue around this vellum frame. So you saw I did 2 pieces on the side, like 2 little areas of glue really lightly, and then a little piece at the bottom. You cannot see the glue when it's adhered to this white cardstock. So little tiny pieces there. I don't want to glue the top of any of these because I want to slide my plants in. So don't add any adhesive to the top of the frame, just to the sides and the bottom. And then the vellum insert pieces, or the middle part, only add it on the side as well. Do not add it on the top because you want to slide your plants in. So I'm going to put this in this piece here. And then I decided I need the little top piece. So I'm going to color the back of that with that same Copic marker. And then I'm going to put that in place. Again, just adding a little bit of liquid glue on the sides, not the bottom or the top of this one, because I want my plants to slide in. So let's put that in place. I think that's so cute. And look at all of our fun, different greenery. You have the solid piece here. This piece did not need any adding to. You just die cut it and it just is that piece. And I'm going to put this one in place. A little bit of glue to hold those 2 together. And then I will add a little bit of glue on the back of that. And then I can just slide it in. And it will slide down to that second area. But now it just looks better to me that there's water all the way up to the top of this vase. I'm going to put this one in. Then I have this guy that's going to hang over. A lot of little die cut pieces, but I think it's worth it. And I want it to come around the front of this vase here. And then I'm going to slide this one in the back. I wasn't quite sure, but I think it totally fits and it makes it feel nice and full. Let's do our background. I love this stencil. This is from Simon Says Stamp. This is the Geo Leaf stencil. And because we're going to do a monochromatic look, I want to bring in 3 different colors of greens. So I picked celery, fairway, and pine. Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated Inks has lots of different color families, and I know there's more than this, but I have 3 of their green color families. And I picked a light, medium, and dark from each one. So they're definitely different colors of green, which I think is perfect. And I'm just ink blending areas. I'm not being specific. I want the colors to overlap each other. This is on an A2 size card base, and when you pull this back, you have this beautiful background. I think it's so pretty. I really love a monochromatic look, but I did decide I needed something to anchor my plants, and so I opted for these shelves here. I went with a 1/2 inch wide shelf, and I'm using Cardstock Warehouse's white birch cardstock. So it's got this beautiful wood grain. I think it's so pretty. I love the color. I love a lighter wood. And I'm going to add some foam adhesive behind that. And then I just think this gives it somewhere for these plants to land. And I do like the natural wood with all of this green. Sorry about my head. And I think it turned out really super pretty. So I want to get these lined up. And then I can add some foam adhesive behind my plants. And because the background is a white cardstock, I don't have to worry about trying to hide my foam adhesive. So we can place that one down here. I just think that it's so pretty with that stenciled background. Let me know what you guys think about that stenciled background. I just love the stencil. I think it's so much fun. I'm not really kind of like a geo type person, but I just love the layout of this, and I love that you can have that big white space at the top. I just think it turned out pretty. I was kind of struggling with where to put this second shelf. I didn't like where I'd have to place the plant, so I think I liked this one better. And then I'm only going to trim the excess shelf pieces off, not the greenery. And look at how cute that is. That just made all the difference. I've got my foam adhesive behind my sentiment. It says, "You are my people." I have a really close childhood friend that I know really loves plants. I was actually thinking about her when I was making this card. And this sentiment is from Tailored Expressions. I had it on my desk. I'm going to add a couple little drops of adhesive just to adhere some of the plants down. I don't have all of it adhered down because, again, I like that movement. To me, it makes it feel a little more realistic. It gives it dimension. One of these, though, I am going to add one little piece of foam adhesive on just to hold it back because it kept leaning forward in a way that I didn't feel like it looked good. And then a little piece of glue there. Let's finish this off with some Honeybee Stamps Hugs and Kisses gemstones. I'm going to use a light green here and then adhere this to a white A2 size card base, and then we can take a look at this up close and just see how pretty this card is. I really love these die cuts from Spellbinders. I think they're so cute, and this turned out really darling. Look at all that beautiful green. My youngest son loves green, so he was like, "Ooh, I like that card so much." Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed this project, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.